here with you, and today we're here for a Take 5 art challenge, and it should be a fun one. It's given me a lot of trouble of figuring out what to do. By the way, my hands are totally disgusting because I played with my inks and I've been washing them like crazy, and there's still all that ink on it. So what you see as being black is actually the ink, just so you know, because I know it looks very strange, but that's what happens when you play with ink. So this time around it's Rhee's turn, Mrs. Scraps, and the prompts that she's given us is blending, reflection, ink and paint, recycled from nature, and embossing. So not an easy one. I decided to take the reflection as being something that you reflect about, so a sentiment or like a quote. So that's what I'm gonna do, and we're gonna start off by doing the paint, and we're gonna paint on this here, which is an altered book that I've started to do, and most of the process of this has been shown through Patreon. So if you're interested in seeing the process, that's where it is. And I'm just gonna do some white, and that's gonna be this is gonna be what I consider to be paint, because I really wasn't quite sure what I could do. It just, I don't know. Sometimes the prompts call out more stuff, sometimes they don't. What the element of nature that I'm using it because of this little feather down here. That's what it gave me the idea. So just gonna put white paint to cover basically the background, because I obviously don't want to see this background as being the main focus. I don't mind seeing some green because it kind of goes with what I want to do. And I don't know how it's going to turn out. If it's going to turn out the way I want or not is still to be seen. I'm doing this very late in it's actually the 30th. And it's due tomorrow morning. So last minute much? Yep. And I keep telling myself that I'm not gonna do this to myself, but I keep doing it. So what can I say? It just seems to be hard for me not to. Okay, so we've got the white paint. I'm gonna put the paint back where it's supposed to be, and I'm just gonna dry it off, because obviously, well, not obviously, because you don't know what I'm going to be doing next, but for what I want to do, I need it to be dried. So I'm gonna go with, I basically decided, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, because I want the sentiment to be like on one of the pages, and I figured I could do this lady who seems to, like, her look fits with what the sentiment I chose. So that's why I'm going with this, and I think I might put her here just because of this, but we shall see. Now my little papers have risen, so let's glue those back down, because that's not going to help me. So those are kind of the colors that I'm going with, and I thought like very earthy tone type of thing. So what I want to do is use my pen pastels, which I don't use a lot, and I thought it'd be fun for the blending to use these. So I think I'm going to use these, which are the shades, because of the greens and the yellows. I think that fits with what I wanted. Now I'm just going to take, well, one new, because the other one is in the yellows, so that should be fine. So I'm just going to put it aside because obviously I can't do both, but I'm using this here, which is a type of this is the series that's called Shades. I already told you. So I'm using this one here. And on this side I need, if I'm doing the rest of my stuff on this side, I need this side to be more covered than the other side. So this Take5art, in case you're new to this, it's a challenge that's given. We're 12 ladies and each takes a month to decide the prompt of this challenge, and then we post it, and Kira makes a list of the based on the challenge of the month. And so if you participate and you do a video, don't forget to share it with us so that we can actually I'm gonna try to use some of this so we can include you into this in the lineup. And I got trouble with my words. So we can include you in the lineup, and in the description box below my video, you will see I will have put the prompts as well as the links to all the other ladies that are participating. So hopefully you will go and check them out. They're pretty amazing. So I'm thinking, because I'm going to be doing embossing, and my embossing is going to be about that big, so I think it's going to work. And so this is going to be what I call my blending. Told you, like, very simple today. Out of inspiration, going for simplicity, and using up my stuff that I don't use often, because to be honest, I really don't use my pen pastel enough. I love those things and I just don't gravitate towards them, which is really sad. So part of the stuff that I want to do more is to actually use up my stuff, so that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so then so we've done the blending, we've done the paint, but we haven't done the ink. We're gonna be putting this here. I want to kind of decide where this is gonna go. I'm going to leave the white border because it's going to fit with what I want to do on the other side. Okay, so this goes in the recycling, and this is going to go there, I think, but I won't glue it right away because I'm not quite sure. So then I'm going to use the reflection. So I'm going to put this aside. The reflection, I found a quote that I like, and I thought I would put it on some Nina paper using my fountain pen. And that's what's going to be that. But let's first of all cut this. I need to know my size before I go and and write, because if I write too small it's gonna look strange. So, and I'm gonna line it up with this because I don't think the Tomoe River paper would like the embossing so much. So if I use this underneath, it should give it a solid background, and I can emboss both together. So that's my goal. I just hope that I can actually write this and be happy with the result. So I wanted to make it stand out, and one of the pens that I love using is my Conklin, the Element, the fire one, because it has a stub nib, and I thought this would be great for this. So let's just do a make believe first, and then we shall see how it goes on the real paper afterwards. So I'm very quiet when I'm doing this. Kind of like that. I mean, I think it's it should work. So here goes nothing. It's kind of a mix of attached cursive and not cursive. Well, that's how I write. I really love this ink. It's the Pen Chalet, the Robert Ostrich Pen Chalet Sedona Red Special Edition, in case you're wondering. I've been sharing a lot of fountain pen stuff. I'm really into them, and I just think it's It's fun. So I think I'm gonna emboss this and we shall take it from there and see how that goes. So first I need to glue this down. So let's glue it down with a glue stick. Just because I don't want whatever I'm using as a adhesive to show through. I want it to show through the paper, even though this is not vellum, it's still pretty clear. Also want it pretty stuck down, but give myself a chance if I don't apply it properly, because that's what I do. And let's use a gift card. And I've managed to dirty my paper. Here's my eraser. Okay, so here we go. Now we're gonna put this into this couture creation. So I'm doing dry embossing. You could obviously do the wet one if you emboss a stamp image or something. Put the original plate. We'll put it this way because of the rest of the stuff on my desk. It's going to be easier to manage. So I'll put that and run it through. And hopefully, yep, it did emboss it. I don't know if you can see, so I'm happy with that. That worked. Yay. I'm just gonna put this machine away because obviously it takes room on my desk. So put that away and unplug the heat gun because I'm gonna fall over the cord. I can be such a butt, it's not funny. Okay, so remove that, remove that. Now bring back my book. So here it is. And I'm thinking, well, first of all, I'm going to cut the little piece that's on here, because it's not fully clean. And I'm thinking it's a bit too white, so hopefully I won't regret this decision, but I'm just gonna put a bit of the pen pastel over it. Because I just feel it's a bit dark, a bit too much for what I wanted. I do want to see the white, but not that much. So here we go. I think that's pretty cute. And then I thought of using these two little feathers. It says recycled by nature. These are not, those were meant for to be used in crafting, but I figured it's feathers come from birds, so it would still work. So put that over here, and I want to see the little feather at the bottom, just because it works with what I did here. And then this goes over here. Awesome. And then I'm just gonna glue this back down because clearly it doesn't want to stay back down. And now the question is, how do I glue these two little things so that they stay put? And I think I'm going to use Soho tape. And just and this one kind of on top. That's really kind of cool. Now, do I want anything else, like a border? That is a question. And I think I kind of do. So I'm going to use my fountain pen that has platinum carbon black in it. This is a Moonman S5 fountain pen. An inexpensive one, so even if I clog it up by using it for my art, I don't really mind, and I can always change the nibs if I want. And I'm just having a lot of fun using it in my art. It's really working wonderfully. I think this feels more finished. Just want to make sure that I didn't plug up the nib. Yeah, I like this. Now, I wonder if my little feather is going to stick. I'm not convinced. I think I'm going to have to add a little bit of liquid glue. I'm just going to have to be careful not to close off my book too fast. Because I don't want the pages to be stuck together, obviously. And I do want the feather to be stuck good. Okay, so the only thing missing is to put the date. So we're presently March 30th. And just stamp my little date. And that's it. I'm quite happy with how it turned out, especially for something that I didn't really have much expectations for. So the blending we did with the pen pastels, the reflection is my quote. Ink and paint, well, the ink and the paint is the white underneath. Recycled from nature is that, and the embossing is the dry embossing. So, and I really like that quote. I need to live by it, because it's true that if you stop thinking about it, it does remove a lot of its power. So that's it, guys. Don't forget to go and check out all the other wonderful ladies, and I hope you're all doing good, staying safe, and see you soon. Bye.